one thing's about India is that, wow, thank you so much for the subscription. Shweta Priya, thank you so much. One thing's about India is that, God bless India that has so many people, that has greatest audience in the world in terms of music. If it wasn't like that, their music could die, because I don't know why nobody is going to listen to their music, because it's coming from heaven. And my biggest problem with Western culture and Western music is that, like when you're saying Billboard Music Award, I'm saying these Indian guys and girls are real singers, and they're not there. I'm just like, you don't see any Indian singer in today's world music, which is so upsetting, because I think they just found this system that can be really crazy with music. Their music theory, which is fantastic. The system that they learn music is fantastic. Their ears in music is just fantastic. Their understanding of rhythm is in another level. Like, the closest competitors in the world of rhythm with Indian music is Persian music. Apart from that, you cannot find any other nation in the world that can compete with Indians in terms of music. And even Iranian music nowadays is just so weak. I'm talking about Iranian music 100 years ago, and some Iranian music about 800 years ago. Those music were just phenomenal. But today's music of Iran is just bullshit, just like the rest of the other world. But Indians just kept the spirit, even in their, in their pop music. They're just phenomenal. Wow. Sukh Gaming Real. Good that you're Indian. Thank you for the follow as well. So I'm just saying, when you're saying Grammy Awards, I'm saying just, Grammy shit goes to Indian as well. I mean, it's like, dude, what are you talking about? So what are you doing in this world? Like, those people are genius in terms of music. And nobody's watching them, nobody's listening to them. But thanks God, the biggest channel on YouTube ever is an Indian music channel, which has, I think, around 250 million subscribers. And only Indians are listening to Indians, which is so sad. I think whole world should listen to India. And yeah, it's just fantastic. Good that you're a singer. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I grew up with the Indian music. And I had the privilege to be trained by an Indian real singer. But my training sessions were so short. Actually, my master died after 3 months, unfortunately, and all my trainings left undone. But I had the privilege to sit there and listening to their music, to the spirit of the ragas and raginas and stuff like that, which is major and minor scales in terms of classical, training. Classical music just hits different. Yeah, classical music is a lot different. Look, when we're talking about Indian music, we're talking about traditional music, which is stayed just as the same as 1,000 years ago of India's music. Classical music is the thing about musics like the Middle Easterns or the very East Asia, India, China, Korea, Japan. I'm talking about traditional music. These musics are playing with modes, with not major and minor scales. They're working with something far greater and far fundamental than only minor and major scales. They have semitones, they have microtones. They can go 1/8, 1/4 of a note, which is crazy. Like, we have some half steps and even half steps in Indian music or in Iranian music or in Arab music, which does not exist in minor or major scales. All right, but classical music is just about very standard minor and major scales after Bach's era. I mean, after Bach, it became just, relative minor, relative major, which is just very, very okay. I'm gonna check my posture. It's very normal and standard. But the greatness about classical music is harmony, which does not exist again in Indian, Iranian, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, Arabs music. We don't have harmony. It's all they're all united. They're all playing kind of like in unison. Definitely, I'm gonna drink some water as well. Don't worry. So the thing about music is just like that. We don't have harmony in our music, but our music is different in another way. So the greatness of classical music is harmony, which is fantastic on its own. Like, we cannot play harmony because of those semitones. But the privilege of our music is the semitone itself. So our lack of strength in music is actually the greatness of the music that we have, which is kind of like paradoxical, but it's true about it. But in classical, yeah, it's different. But when it comes to pop music, when it comes to Billboard music, when it comes to Grammy Awards, when it comes to Western culture and Western music and pop music and Taylor Swift, and I don't know, like for instance, give me names, all those names that you know from Western pop music industry. Those musics compared to what we got in Asia and Middle East is different. We're talking about civilization. We're talking about, deep culture. We're talking about something far greater than only some pop music. We're talking about history. We're talking about gold mine, and it's just different. What do we have here? The majority of people in this day, and they don't care about those type of details. Yes, and that's a big problem. That's a big problem. That's like a hidden treasure in Indian music. If you go and listen to, I don't know, Iranian traditional music, it's hard to understand. Yeah, believe it or not, like understanding deep music is hard. That's why from Bach we went to Beethoven, then we went to Mozart, then we went to Chopin, and then we went to some, cheaper stuffs. It was downgrading only for people to understand what is going on. If you just sit down and listen to fugues by Bach or listen to symphony by Beethoven or Mozart, it's really hard to digest a 50 minutes music. You have to sit there and listen to it. And if you don't have any knowledge, you will not be able to understand it all at its own presence. But when you know what is going on, that's a different thing. Which, it's like, that's fantastic if you be able to understand what is going on. And if you can feel it, that's a totally different stuff as well. But, it just downgraded to the part that now we have lyrics. And now we're to that low level of music. The people do not have music; they have beats like that. They have tick 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 tick, and they just sing above it. Like we came from symphonies to beats to be able to understand what is going on, and that's kind of like crazy. What's my favorite Indian song? There are a lot of it. There are a lot of music, and I don't understand, and I don't remember their names because of different language, because of the language barrier. I cannot remember their names, but I had a playlist on my phone that my master gave to me a long time ago, and they have this very legendary singer, Lata. Okay. This singer here, she's one of the greatest singers, Indian singers of all time, in my opinion. And most of her work, she died in February 6, 2022, just last year. Unbelievable. But her works is just fantastic. And there are a lot of, different Indian singers that I mean, like you can go and search, and they're just fantastic. I don't remember names, but I listen to a good amount of Indian music. Good amount, like close to, I don't know, 500 different music. That's all I can say. Yeah, without no exaggeration, yeah, I at least listen to 500 different Indian tracks. Plus the movies. I mean, it's like I used to watch a lot of Indian movies when I was a kid, and I was listening to a lot of those, songs. There is this movie called Surya Vansham, if I'm not mistaken. Amitabh Bachchan is playing in there, and there are a lot of music in that particular movie, which are my, favorite musics. Kind of like they stayed with me while I was 5 years old, 6 years old. What's your favorite Korean artist? By Korean artist, without any lie, BTS is the only Korean artists that I know in my life, fortunately or unfortunately. So I haven't listened to Korean, songs a lot. But I know their traditional music. I just listened to a couple of them. Not a lot, but, mostly I like Japanese. Japanese traditional music is just fantastic. And Chinese. Chinese are really, really good when it comes to their traditional music. Unbelievable. Japanese and Chinese I like the most. But Korean, no, I just recently found out about Korea. I used to watch Korean series when I was a kid. Almost like our television were showing a lot of their series, and they were good. They were good, but when it comes to Japan, unbelievable. When it comes to China's traditional music, it's just fantastic. Oh, I watched that movie so many times. I watched that so many times as well. Yeah, it's just great. It's just great. That's one of my favorite Indian movies. And I watched a lot of Indian movies. There's another Indian movie which is very, very, I think, yes, Bhagwan. Amitabh Bachchan, this guy is just a legend. This movie made me cry so many times. So if you haven't watched Bhagwan, go and just watch it and have fun watching it because it's one of the greatest. It gave me a lot of lessons. Oh, and there are a lot of beautiful songs in that movie as well. I used to just have a playlist of songs in those movies, and I used to listen to them a lot. Yeah. So yeah, India is a great nation, to be honest. And yeah, I have so many problems with Grammy and all those things, all those fancy, luxurious stuffs. I'm really into these things, just so fun, like very spiritual, down to earth, so kind, so humble, yet so damn professional. Like when you're into singing and singing techniques and stuff like that, you see these Indians that are crazy good at it, and you're just like, how the hell you got this level of confidence in singing that it can go all the way up and down without any trouble? It comes from that spirit, that land, which is awesome. Good morning. All right, guys, Dipshy, let's go and watch the playlist. So we got it here. All right. So, there were another link as well. So, Alexis, I'm so sorry. I just forgot about your link. Hi, can you react to this performance? It's a Polish song done by Orchestra online and many Polish singers, celebrities during pandemic. There's subtitles, so you can turn them on. All right. Let's go and watch this as well. It's just 3 minutes. And yeah. So after watching this, we're gonna go and start watching Fake Love. And BTS Fake Love explanation. Let me just check this as well. Music video shooting, very good range of songs here. Fake Love live performance. All right. Also, thank you so much, Teeny Tiny. We're gonna watch them. So first, let us Watch this Polish song. That's the conductor. Nice. That is the greatness of classical music. Harmony.
Karuzela gna, w głośnikach wciąż muzyka gra. Czuję jak wieje takt, kołysze się cała.
I raz, i dwa, i trzy, i w górę serca wielki cis.
Czujność śpi, trochę li, jak szarlotka z rana.
Co mi, Panie, dasz w ten niepewny czas?
Jakie słowa ukołyszą moją duszę, moją przyszłość na tę resztę lat.
Kilka starych szmat, by na tyłku siadł. I czy warto, czy nie warto, mocną wodę leje w gardło, by ukoić żal. Co tam na
Wow.
i w górę połatany ciuch.
Czuję ten wiatru pęd, że głowa odpada.
I raz, i dwa, i trzy, i wcale nie jest zimno mi. Skórę pluć, górę rzuć, tu wszystko wypada.
Wow.
Co mi, Panie, dasz w ten niepewny czas? Jakie słowa ukołyszą moją duszę, moją przyszłość na tę resztę lat?
Kilka starych szmat, by na tyłku siadł.
I czy warto, czy nie warto, mocno wódę leje w gardło, by ukoić żal. Karuzela gna, w głośnikach wciąż muzyka gra.
Czuję jak wieje takt, kołyszesz się cała. I raz, i dwa, i trzy, i w górę serca wielki cis.
Czujność śpi, trochę li, jak szarlotka z rana. Co mi, Panie, dasz
W ten niepewny czas.
Jakie słowa okołyszą moją duszę, moją przyszłość na tę resztę lat? Kilka starych szmat, bym na tyłku siadł. I czy warto, czy nie warto, mocną wodę leje w gardło, by ukoić żal?
Co mi, Panie, dasz w ten niepewny czas?
Jakie słowa ukołyszą moją duszę, moją przyszłość na tę resztę lat? Kilka starych szmat, bym na tyłku siadł. I czy warto, czy nie warto, mocno wodę leje w gardło, by ukoić żal?
Nice. That is what I love about the world of music. Because it's kind of like the only world that can connect everybody apart from every difference. Like in the world of music, you respect everybody who's playing an instrument. Like, doesn't matter they're a little kid, doesn't matter they're a very old man, doesn't matter they're black, they're Chinese, they're Korean, they're Asian, they're whatever, any race in the world, they're handicapped, they're what, they can't walk, they can't talk, they can't see. You don't care about these things. All you care is the universal language of music, and you just love it. Doesn't matter they're playing violin, doesn't matter they're playing drums, guitar, whatever. Whatever they do in the world of music, if they're musicians, you respect them and you love them and you talk to them. Maybe you can't have, I don't know, you can't talk English together, but you can play music together. Like the hidden language in the world of music, which are the scales, which are the notes, which are do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si. The alphabet. You know the alphabet and you can talk. And this is kind of like absolutely amazing.